I've been wanting to ask you guys all week, how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Never.
Really?
Maybe once when I have a Caesar salad.
Oh my God.
Once a month?
Why are you thinking about the Roman Empire once a month?
Spread good, baby. What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 18 of the Spread Good podcast. My name is Brody Nicholas, back with the homie Spread Good Nick. How we doing?
Good. Celebrating life. Happy to be here with our new guest.
Yes, we have TV personality, producer, entrepreneur, and friend of mine from back in the SF days, Krista Kolegraff. How you doing?
I'm good. Happy to be here.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
I would say all the way from LA, but it's all the way from the Bay. It's all the way from Iowa,
Mhm.
right? We're
Yeah.
excited to get into that. But I guess before we jump into that, we could talk about how we met,
Yeah,
which is the Bay Area, right?
totally. Yeah.
I think it was on a show called Looking.
Yeah. It was on HBO's Looking Special. And you were an extra too, right?
Yep, the extra
Okay.
days.
Yeah. So it was, I think it was the finale. And yeah, anyway, it was just a fun day.
Where did we shoot? It was like a karaoke bar, right?
Yeah, I think it was in Chinatown in San
Yep.
Francisco.
Mhm.
Yeah, some karaoke bar. And yeah.
Good
What
old
was the
extra
show?
days.
Looking?
Looking, you ever
Is
watch
that
it?
like a drama? Is it a reality show?
No, it was definitely scripted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's Jonathan Goff was the lead. He's like he's a Broadway performer too, and he was King George in Hamilton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was the lead, and then also the other guy, I won't remember his name, but he was recently in The White Lotus. He was like the creepy manager in like season one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
So-
that show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was just in Hawaii a couple weeks ago, and Walter just kept talking about that. We're in the White Lotus. I've never seen it, but
You
I've heard,
haven't?
I've
Oh
heard
my-
a lot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to watch it.
Okay.
So you guys were extras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Got to
Nice.
pay that rent. Yeah. No, and to
Yeah.
be honest, I will say being an extra is good because it actually pays decent, depending on if you're non-union, union, but also making good friends. I met
Totally.
so many people, especially coming from Sacramento. There's rarely ever production, so I'd have to drive to San Francisco, and yeah, I think I don't even remember how exact was it like during a scene.
I have no idea,
Yeah.
to
How
be
long ago
honest with you.
was it?
No, this is like 7 years ago.
Yeah, probably 7 years. And it was a long day. So I think it was a really early call time. We all probably, got on set by like 7 a.m. And I just remember that like you made so many friends because you were hanging out
You
the entire
spend 12,
day.
14 hours a day with these people. And yeah, that was when I first started doing extra work. So I was very passionate about it. They're like, we need 2 people. I was like, I'll go. And I'll never forget. There was this guy who was SAG for years, and he would just sit in Crafty and not go out because you get paid really well and you don't have to go on camera. I'm like, why doesn't this guy want to participate? Like 20 episodes in, I was like, I'm that guy. Yeah, just I'm here for the food. But it was good. It was good.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
Did we do any other shows, or was that the only one?
Gosh, I have no idea. I think we might have been there for 2 days.
Yeah.
Does that sound right to you?
Well, there was like a park scene. I don't know if that was the same show.
I
there was
don't
this-
think I had a
Maybe
park
it was a different
scene.
one. Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
it's all a blur.
Yeah, it's all a blur, but we were there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you do extra work, Saul?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The most noticeable, which I get residuals.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
residuals?
Yeah. So
You're a
one
featured
time,
extra.
Yeah, it was Tosh.0. Do you remember that show?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So I just got, went in for an extra work. I remember the sketch was he was going to go to Arizona State, I believe. He had a competition. Arizona State won. So he was doing some sketches about that. And he needed people for the Mexican fraternity. So I was just going to be an extra, like in the background. But then all of a sudden they said, like, hey, we need this sketch has lines. There were 4 of us. You guys read the lines, and I don't know who decided who was going to get the part. I got the part, and I went from back then it was I want to say $200 for the day because I had lines. It bumped me up to like I think $360, and the last time I checked, I got residuals for like $30.
Wow.
gosh,
Living the
nice.
dream.
Yes.
Living the dream.
Right.
What is up with that show? Is it over?
I think it's over, but
Okay.
it was just cool. Like, talking about the SAG actor who was just kind of milking it. Same thing. We get paid no matter what. I'm not part of SAG, but just as an extra.
Mhm.
And I remember it was supposed to be like a sketch, easy day, like 8 hour. It turned out to be like 12, 13 hours because LA traffic.
Yeah.
I don't know his full name, but the Tosh guy, he was late. So I remember we're just waiting and we're like, hey, we're getting paid, so whatever.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Wait, but you guys get paid for the day, so
Even if you don't
Even
get
if-
on film. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay.
Like I was so, let me get on the camera. Let me,
yeah, you
dude,
always
this guy
wanna be
had
the
it.
best-
I
the
think
best
exactly,
at
right?
everything.
This guy had it made, dude. And he was like one of those like model looking guys. I was like, why isn't this guy trying to get on? Because he's getting paid $360 just to eat.
Yeah.
He was
Nice.
chilling. Did you do a lot of extra work out there?
No, I think that's the only extra work I've ever done.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got to meet on that one.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just happened to be in San Francisco, and I think, you know, at the time I was doing pageants and I was doing different like modeling stuff. And I think I saw it on like some website and was like, whatever, I'll just apply while I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did. It was a great time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good couple days. Good couple days. So you grew up doing pageant work?
Yes.
Okay. And,
Yeah.
And where are you from?
Iowa.
I already knew that. I just
Yeah.
had, for
It's okay.
people that don't know, I'm really excited to ask that question because we love Iowa. But tell us about, your upbringing, where you're from.
Okay. So I was born and raised in Iowa. I started doing beauty pageants when I was 7. My mom put me in them. I think because my other siblings were like more athletic, she wanted me to have like my thing. And I really liked dance. So it was kind of like a competitive outlet. And yeah, something that I grew to love. So I competed for, like Little Miss Iowa and then went on to do Miss Iowa. And yeah, I'm really grateful for my experience.
That is so cool. And when we met, you were doing pageants still. So
Right.
when did that all stop? Or do you currently still?
I do not compete anymore. I'm retired.
Okay, cool.
But Miss Universe actually just took off like the age. Like you used to only be able to compete until you were like 27 or something like that. And they just took that off. So now it's like going to be interesting to see like who comes back, like, and starts competing. But so sorry.
So is that a
very quick
tease?
question.
Are you coming back? Are you coming
Oh my
back?
God,
Is-
no.
You heard it
absolutely
first,
not.
right here on the
No.
Spread Good Squad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have
No, I'm
friends
done.
that are going to come back, do you think?
I honestly have no idea. I think it would be really fun. I hope some of them do. You know, it'd be fun to like just go watch them. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you make a lot of friends through the pageants, like since you were a little kid? And
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I still keep in touch with girls that I competed with at Little Miss Iowa. And so many good friends from doing Miss Iowa. So yeah.
Nice.
So cool. And the town you grew up in is,
Okoboji.
which is 30
Okoboji.
minutes away from.
Can you spell that?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Next episode.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no, let's do it. Okay. I. U. E.
Keep
Hey.
going.
All right, spell it for us.
It's Okoboji.
That was my
Oh,
seventh
it was
guess.
J.I.?
Yeah, that's.
There's going
Mhm.
to be a G in there.
Nope, see?
I
But-
failed too.
Close.
But what's really cool about you being from Iowa is we spent time in Iowa in Pocahontas, and you know where that is.
Absolutely.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's not too far. So Okoboji is a beautiful lake in Iowa. And then it has all of these like little towns around it. So it's kind of like a really interesting like little region there. And then Pocahontas, I want to say is like an hour and a half away. And that's, you know, like a lot of towns in Iowa, a farming community.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have tons of friends from there. And it's, yeah.
So
I can't
cool.
believe you guys went there though.
Yeah. Katie and I just got back a couple weeks ago. So
So what are you guys doing there?
we run the nonprofit. So
Uh-huh.
one of the kids that has cancer, Harper,
Okay.
had cancer. She lives in Pocahontas, and we took her family to Disney World a couple years ago.
Stop.
Yeah, and we became really close with them. So
Oh, cool.
last year we went for Ragbri with our other Spread Good Squad member Walter, and then this last year just Katie and I went out there just for the weekend to hang with the family because they're
Did
just
you guys
awesome.
Go to Pokefest or something?
Pokefest,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. So and it's gonna be like an annual thing where, yeah, it's not even with the charity or for Spread Good Squad anymore. It's just like
Mhm.
personally, we love going to Iowa. It's so much fun.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That means so much to me. You guys are like practically locals now.
That's what they said when we were there. I kind of like knew people from last year, and I was like, oh, it's the same people in the same bar from last year. It's a small town.
It
It's
stays
cool.
consistent. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
So,
So-
do you enjoy that lifestyle more, the LA lifestyle?
I love both, to be honest. And like, I just live in a constant state of FOMO. So like, when I'm in one place too long, I just want to go to the next place. So I've really learned to just kind of like balance it. Like, I love going home just to kind of like chill out and like recalibrate, like it's so serene. There's like
So
just
nice.
nothing else like it, So I think there's pros and cons in both places, but yeah, I love them both.
Yeah, when we went, Brody and Walter couldn't stop talking about how it was just so nice and the kids are running around the streets.
Well, because we met him here. Me and Walter came from Manhattan and
Mhm.
flew into Des Moines and then drove to Pocahontas. So
Yeah.
going from being at like parties till 5 a.m. in New York to
Right.
being in Pocahontas and having the family we stayed with, they have 4 little girls.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, we were playing basketball in the front yard and the ball ran in the road and the little kids ran in the street. And me and Walter just lost it. We're like, stop. Wait, there's nobody here. There's like,
Right.
and they were like barefoot. It was just a very beautiful scene. It was very cool and just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And so same thing is I go there to just reset and just hang out.
Totally.
It's
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah.
Was that a culture shock for you, like coming out to like California?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I actually, that story came to mind where when I first moved to San Francisco, everyone's cars get broken into all the time. And I remember that I would tell people, like, I don't think you understand. Like, where I grew up, people leave their keys in their car, literally. And like in the wintertime, people will leave their cars running at the gas station. And like, I just don't think people can fathom it when you haven't experienced it before.
Yeah.
So like 100% there was culture shock, like moving out to a city. I don't know if I'm used to it, to be honest.
Still, yeah. Have you moved back to Iowa at all since you've been to California, or have you been out here the whole time?
Yeah. So when I went to San Francisco and then when the world shut down with the pandemic, I went back to Iowa for like a year, which was amazing. And then made my way out to LA. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, so good. How often do you go back?
At least a couple times a year. Yeah. But it seems more frequent with, weddings and things that are happening now. But I try and make, at least a couple trips out there.
Oh, that's fun. When are you going back, Nick?
I don't know. I just had another kid, so probably not going anywhere for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Staying home.
That's cool.
That's fair.
Cool. We'll
Yeah.
send you videos.
Yeah, thanks.
So was it pageantry that brought you to LA first off, or was it?
No, it wasn't. I had always wanted to live in LA at like some point in my life. And it was actually Buy Art Not Followers that brought me to LA because
Very cool.
when I started that t-shirt project, it was picked up by the Broad Museum and was in the Broad Museum for 5 years. So anyway, I was hoping to be here when the merchandise was sold at the Broad. But then the pandemic happened, so I went home. But I was like, well, I might as well move to LA anyway. Like I've had it, set in my mind. So now I'm here.
That's awesome. And tell us a little bit more about Buy Art Not Followers, because we're pretty excited to hear about it.
Oh, thank you. So it's basically like this t-shirt project that I started. When was it? Like five or 6 years ago now?
Were you in Iowa at the time?
Okay. So it's actually kind of a crazy story. I do a really bad job of like explaining it, so bear with me. But I had just got done with beauty pageants, and I really wanted to start an art company where I was trying to convince like new developers to put local art in, their buildings. And so I was having all these conversations with people about why is art important? Why should I buy art? Like so on and so forth. And so I was traveling a lot, talking to a lot of people. And at the same time, from leaving this like pageant world and like TV world, I was so frustrated with like how much emphasis we were placing on social media and kind of like our artificial lives, right? So anyway, it was a trip in Paris that I actually was inspired by the phrase itself and decided to put it on a t-shirt. And here we are.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. What a cool message. So you're basically spreading good for a lot of local artists that maybe not have a chance to get their art in different places.
Yeah. And I think what's cool about the project is I've been really vague about like what it means because I like hearing what it means to other people. And the phrase, it just resonates differently with everyone. So I was originally thinking of, like painters and like kind of, classical arts. And different, dancers were like, oh my gosh, we love this, and musicians. And so it's been really cool to see, what it means to different people.
What does by art, not followers mean to you, Nick?
The first thing I thought of was musicians.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
People who want their music out. That's what I thought of first.
Oh my gosh. Okay. See? Cool.
Yeah, what did you think of?
Well, for me, I just thought of it as just kind of I thought of social media
Mhm.
because I feel like a lot of people support people because they have followers,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is like, okay, cool. That means they might be doing something right, but there's so many people that don't know how to promote themselves. They don't have distribution deals.
Mhm.
What about those people?
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
you know, and so that's what I thought of when I saw that on a t-shirt for the first time. I'm like, that's really cool. It's like, I'm not saying support real art, but support art,
Yeah.
not just
Totally.
looking at their Instagram profile or their blue check mark.
Exactly. I completely agree. It's like more about the quality versus like what the
Mhm.
following is. And that's why, you know, the phrase is by art, not followers, because I don't know. I thought it was interesting at the time where it's like, okay, we might be looking at people's followings, but it's like the followers might be fake. So then what does that mean?
Mhm.
But I will say living in LA has like, I believe I'm here at the right place at the right time because it's also expanding my mind and I've like grown so much in my respect for influencers and what they do and how hard it is to make it on social media. And that's just where media is moving.
Yeah.
So I'm not against social media, I guess is what I'm getting to. I'm
Yeah.
not against influencers. I just wanted to start a conversation and invite people to the conversation of like, how can we make social media better? And how can we be more mindful like when we're using it?
Very
Nice.
cool. And oh, good.
Oh, I was just gonna say, did you like get any backlash from social media influencers or anything like that? Is that why?
No, but it's more of like in conversation where people will be like, "Oh, well, why are you on social media then?" You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
and it's like,
Mm,
I mean, I'm still on my phone 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, like, and also the whole audience is on social media anyway.
Mhm.
So, yeah, not yet. I
Yeah.
should say, knock on
No.
wood.
No, but that makes sense. Yeah, someone asking you, then why are you on social media?
Right.
But yeah, you're not going against social media. You're
Mhm.
just going for art. and for-
Totally.
yeah.
And I saw that people from like other countries have been
Mhm.
wearing this. So do you think that was in help because of social media, or was it just like a lot of personal connections that got it there? How did the brand get to that point? Because so cool seeing all the different people repping this
Yeah.
brand.
I don't know, to be honest, but like the crazy thing is when I had the idea for Buy Art Not Followers, I felt it as a scream, which sounds like really weird, but it's true. And before I knew I was going to put it on clothes, I just felt like I wanted to scream the phrase so loud that it literally echoed in like every corner of the world. And like I visualized that, you know? So then from that initial scream, I was like, okay, well, I can't scream because no one's going to listen to me then. They'll think I'm crazy. So I was like, maybe I can put it on a t-shirt, you know? And so the first one, I kind of like wanted to test it. And I reached out to this girl, another like, you know, reason why social media is cool.
Yeah.
But I reached out to this girl in London who has, she sells art there. So I was like, hey, like I have this idea. What do you think about it? And she was like, I love it. I'm going to Art Istanbul next week. Send me a t-shirt and I'll wear it. And so she wore the first shirt there. Her name is Natasha. And she messaged me afterwards and was like, everyone was coming up to me. Gallerists loved it. Artists loved it. You know, like get it online. And so it was kind of shocking to me. Like the first shirts that were sold were in the UK, you know, like I had people messaging me just from Natasha wearing it. And I think that it just kind of shows that it's something that resonates everywhere in the world. And art really is the universal language, you know, because I don't know how it's gotten to 27 countries actually and
Wow.
counting, but I'm really happy it has.
It's so cool. It's so cool to see
Thank
it
you.
and so many different cultures that wear it.
Mm-hmm.
And so what is that like for you to see that? Like being from not just the United States, but Iowa
Mm-hmm.
and having 27 other countries rep your brand. Like,
Mhm.
what does that feel like?
Well, it feels amazing, but like I think it's just validating because I still just feel that scream, you know? And so to me, I'm like, okay, it's working and I just have to keep going, you know?
Mhm.
But I don't know. It's such a positive feeling, I guess, because yeah, I just love that it's resonating with people and people have their own stories with it, you know? Like for instance, one I found online was that a fan wore it to a concert in San Diego. And I guess this DJ's name is Solarstone. I don't know him, but I guess he's like European or something. But anyway, a fan wore it to the Solar Stone like concert, and I guess he complimented it. So the fan gave it to him off his back, and then he, along his tour, was wearing it in different videos, and it's just like, it's really emotional,
Yeah, to see that.
Yeah, and to hear people's stories.
That's so cool.
Mhm.
That's so cool. Man,
That's amazing.
I got to get one of these shirts. Yeah,
I feel like we have the same thoughts of spread good and what we do, but I think your message of buy art, not followers, just like you said earlier, it resonates with people differently.
Mhm.
So it's more, I don't know if I would say vague, but it's broad. Like
Mhm.
a lot of people
you can interpret it different ways.
Yeah, can
Right.
feel it.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I think it's important to so many artists out there too to have a brand like that
Mhm.
because it represents them,
Mhm.
which I think is really cool.
No matter what your art is, it
Mhm.
can represent
Mhm.
you. Yeah.
Man, yes. And so when I first found Buy Art Not Followers, I think you just had a black t-shirt and a white t-shirt.
Mhm.
And we just recently went to your store. You have like different merch. How did that
Yeah.
expansion start?
I think it was just kind of natural. And some of that was, pushed by the Broad Museum too,
Cool.
where, they just wanted more to offer their customers. So I wanted to keep it still like as simple as possible, just with the phrase, because that's what's important
Mhm.
to me. And, so I love having like the basic tees and the basic hats. But yeah, I think it was just kind of natural of expansion. Yeah.
I saw one shirt that I liked, the "Don't Be Shitty" tee.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
What does "Don't Be Shitty" mean to you?
Again, this is just one of those phrases that can be interpreted a lot of different ways. But don't be shitty to me. I don't want to get into it, to be honest.
Just don't be shitty.
Yeah, just don't be shitty, please.
Yeah, I like that shirt.
Well, it's funny because he came out. We actually have it over there on our rack. Our "Don't Be an Ass"
Oh,
Don't
hoodie.
be-
Yeah,
there we
And it's
go.
spread good on the ass. So,
Same wavelength. Yeah.
Yeah, so we thought that was cool. So what's next for Banff?
You know what? To be honest, I'm not sure. I mean, I have 2 interns from Iowa State
Wow.
who help me. They're paid, by the way. So
Okay,
it's yeah.
all right.
So it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, I mean, I think what I've always done with Buy Art Not Followers is kind of just gone wherever the wind has blown us and then just adjusted the sales like accordingly. So that's kind of my game plan, like I think also with the pandemic and kind of like the world opening back up afterwards, like I also was just reminded of how much like I miss just talking to the customers or like the people who are buying, the merch. So I'm kind of trying to focus on that more, where it's like I had 2 recent orders that were like a mix up, and the first customer was like really frustrated, and I was so happy to just, talk to him and, why did you want to buy this shirt, and hear about his art experience and then completely turn the relationship around. And, now he sends me pictures at like art shows in like Florida, and he's like, anyway, like one of my friends. So
That's so cool.
I want to focus on that more than sales than anything, because that's what keeps me going, honestly. Like I've never thought about it as a business, like although it technically is, it still is kind of like an experiment to me. And I just want to focus on connecting with the people who care about it. So what Buy Art Not Followers means to me is to buy into what's real, not what's fake. So when I came up with the idea, I was actually in Paris and I got my bill back for a really expensive cappuccino. It was like 14 euros or like something ridiculous. And I was like, okay, like this is so millennial of me. Like, why do we do this type of shit, And I was like thinking about like, if for all of the people who say that they don't have the money to like, go to the ballet or, buy a piece of artwork, it's like we spend money on stupid things like all the time, and like what would the world be like if, instead of spending money on like things that don't really matter, we put them towards the arts. But then like on the personal level too, of just like with social media, like buying into what's real, not what's fake, like how do we be more authentic online, and how do we like use social media to spread good and like connect with other people like we have actually, which is super cool. But like, yeah, just kind of thinking about like to be more mindful with like social media and how we use our platforms. When you forget about like having a large following, you're able to be more authentic and you post things that like you care about. And that's something that I noticed too, because before I started the project, I deleted my Instagram for a month. And, you know, like people were like, where were you? You know, like blah, blah, blah. And when I came back on social media, I like, you know, went through waves of like deleting followers because you do feel this pressure. And then when you have that many like eyes on you, you know, like you kind of feel like you have to perform. So like I made an effort to just start posting like weird things that I liked while I started doing this project. And it actually, I don't know if this happened to you, but like I noticed it, then I was able to connect with people like more deeply because I found people who really cared about the things that I cared about, you know, and we connected off of like ideas versus like pageant selfies, you know? So I would, kind of encourage everyone to delete social media for at least like a stint. I don't know if you guys ever have, but it was, you just gain so much more clarity and you're kind of able to come back like a better version of your online self, I think. So I love you did that.
No, that's huge. Yeah, I didn't actually delete it, but I did stop. I made a post actually like venting like I'm hitting like a super hard wall in April, and I didn't post for like 2.5 months. And it was so awesome. Like traveling and not feeling like I had to show exactly what I was eating or drinking or there was no judgment for anything. And like it was awesome. It was like a reset that I heavily needed, like not just for the business, but for me. And these guys know that because like I went through it and I was like, you talk to, there's like so many eyes on you sometimes, especially in the line of work that we do.
Right.
It's just like, I just needed to let go for a little bit. And now I can come back and I feel like I'm way more transparent now because I'm still a good person. And I think the thing that taught me is that now I know that. Before, I don't know if I knew that because I was just waiting to think what the followers thought of me. And now it's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
but
so cool.
It took so long, and it's still a process.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like maintenance or something, you know? Like every once in a while you kind of like have to check in with yourself and, you know, see, I don't know, if you're like doing it for the people or to like please whoever's following you, whether it's, you know, 20 people or 10,000, you know, like it's weird how like that pressure just creeps in like slowly but surely.
For sure. And that's the tough part too, especially as an artist, because I really do go back between making art for myself because that's what, you know, it's my therapy. But at the same time, you do want to make art that other people like because you're helping heal them or you're helping give them a moment. But then like, so what is more important, making art for your followers and making art for yourself? Because and it's tough, right? Because especially if you're doing it and trying to make a living off of it, right? It's like, so it's such a balance. And like, that's where we've had to draw lines too, where like sometimes we do things for the business, but like once it's the business, it's like doesn't feel like art anymore.
Right.
You know, and then it's such a catch-22 because then like, then what's the point?
Totally.
I should just work at Target and then do art on the side. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough.
I agree. And I think that that's something that's very real, like especially with creatives who enter into business, like there's just this like ebb and flow that you have to just kind of like roll with the current because I think it's just part of the entire process. You know, it's like you're going to go through periods where you are, whether we want to admit it or not, like creating art like for the people. And I think there's pros to that. And then there's other times where you kind of withdraw and you're like, I'm going to make art for myself, you know? And like, I think they both serve, you know, important purposes. And I think that artists have to stop feeling guilt too for like going back and forth because I think it's just something that's practical and like almost natural. Yeah.
Wow, so good. So good. I feel this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about it a lot.
Yeah,
it's hard.
I mean, that's why this whole podcast started.
Yep.
We wanted like an avenue to be able to highlight people spreading good, but also humanize spreading good.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
You know, a lot of people in like the charity world look at people in charity like old, like corporate, like perfect people, especially coming from the young generation. It's like, oh, wow, these young kids are doing this. It's like, we are doing this, but we also like to drink and we like to travel on our own and we like to do other stuff. And that's okay.
Right.
You know, and so that's what we're just trying to like humanize spreading good. So I'm glad we talked about this.
I love it. Me too. I'm like, I'm on board. Let's do it, guys.
Yeah, no, this is hype. This is hype. So with that, I know you have done a lot of television things. Right. So one of them was you were a producer for a film in Iowa.
Yes, that's right.
Willowbrook?
Yes, the Willowbrook. Yeah.
So how did that all come about?
So this was another thing where, you know, just by fate, I happened to be home, you know, during the pandemic. And one of my childhood friends who actually grew up just down the street from me, who's in LA, he's a director, writer, was like, hey, I'm home. I'm going to put this film together. And I'm not kidding. We literally threw together a feature film in like 2 months. It
Nuts.
was the perfect storm. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
What was the house that you shot it at? Like a family friend, or did you guys rent that set, or like?
Yeah, we rented a bed and breakfast in the area, and most of the actors and crew actually flew out from like LA, Atlanta, you know, different areas. So the funny thing was it was like a record-breaking freezing cold winter, right? And like a lot of these people had never seen snow before, were like not in the cold. So yeah, it was this culture shock, I guess.
Yeah.
For them too. Yeah.
Very cool. And you acted in it and produced it?
I did. I had like a really small cameo where we have this gas station called Vic's Corner in Iowa.
Okay.
And I wish I had a picture that I could show you guys right now. But anyway, just like imagine the most like iconic, like small town, like gas station, right? He comes out and like pumps the gas for you still. And his name is Vic. The owner is Vic. Anyway. So I was like the teller at Vic's Corner. So that was like another special thing where I grew up going there and I got to play the teller at the famous Vic's Corner.
Very cool. So this is just one location, gas station.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, because I went to Come and Go.
Oh God,
Yep.
yes.
Went to one of those. It's called Come and Go.
Oh, okay.
I got it right, right? That is what it's called. I didn't make
No,
that
you're
up.
right.
Okay,
but
cool.
it's with a K.
Yeah,
It's with a K.
yeah.
Does that make it better? I don't know.
Yeah, no, they have great food. And then have you had Casey's Pizza?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you think?
I thought it was good. He hasn't had it. Katie and I had it. We had the breakfast pizza.
Good. Okay,
And so
that's
we had,
important.
yeah, the bacon and the sausage.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's a staple.
It's
I
a
mean, you
staple.
have to go to Casey's. That's like, you know, chef kiss.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Have you been to Iowa, Seoul?
No, I have not.
Oh,
Still on my bucket list.
next year.
You've got to go.
Next
Yeah.
summer. Yeah, it gets really warm there as well.
It does.
So you guys have all the seasons.
Yeah, yeah. That's something that I miss, honestly, like a lot, but it's beautiful. Fall is my favorite if you guys are ever able to go there in the fall.
Mhm.
With all of like the markets and the sweet corn, you know, like sold on the roadsides. Of course, the fall colors
Yeah.
that we don't get here.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
all the seasons.
And
Long winter though.
And so you've experienced the football games too.
Oh gosh, yes.
Those look
Yeah.
awesome. I'm trying to go to one of those.
Please
So-
do. Oh my gosh, you have to go to the Iowa State game for sure.
That looks nuts. And then they have the Children's Hospital right over it, right?
Yes,
That's-
with the wave, the Iowa
Yeah.
wave.
Yeah.
That's a former Miss Iowa actually who put all of that together.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then you also did something with HGTV
Yes. Yeah.
went overseas.
Yeah, we went to Italy. So that was my uncle's show. He found our ancestors' house somehow. To be honest, I don't know how he did it, but he like traced our family back to this small village in Italy, and bought the house of Angelo Boitano, you know, who immigrated to America. And so we, for the HGTV show, my sister and I flew over to Italy with our uncle, Brian, who's from San Francisco, and renovated the house. And now it's a vacation home.
Wow. So people could rent that like today.
Well, sorry, people can't rent it. It's a family vacation.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh man, got all
Yeah.
excited. I was like,
Where in Italy? Is
You
it?
guys are welcome to come.
yeah,
though.
thank you. Thank you.
Where in Italy is it?
It's called Favale. It's about 45 minutes inland from Portofino, if you know where that is.
No,
No, it's
Have you-
okay. Northern Italy.
Have you
Northern
been to Italy?
I've been to just Rome and Naples, not northern Italy.
I mean,
Okay.
that counts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
close
sounds cool.
enough. When did you go?
Before I got married,
Okay.
7-8 years ago.
Okay.
No, your
Nice.
bachelor party was?
Nope,
No.
nope. I don't remember my bachelor party. Let's not bring that up. Anyways, so your uncle is Brian Boitano. Was he in the Olympics?
Yes. He won the Olympics in 1988 in men's figure skating.
Yeah.
Were
I
you there?
remember.
No.
Or did you get to
I
like,
wasn't alive yet.
oh, okay. Yeah. I guess that was a while back. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was a while
88.
back.
No,
All right, yeah.
I wish I was there. I
Yeah.
mean, that would have been cool, but
Right?
no.
Does he announce any Olympics? I mean, figure skating. I feel like I've heard his name a lot.
I think he does. I think he does do some like what's that called? Commentating
Yeah,
or something?
commentating.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
think he does do some commentating. He had a cooking show for a while. He did the Food Network cooking show, cooking channel, the HGTV show, and he actually is opening bars. So he
Oh.
has Boitano's Lounge now that he's doing for the U.S. figure skating championships and stuff like that.
Nice.
So yeah, he's easing into cocktails.
That's right up our alley.
Yeah.
That's- We gotta go.
Perfect, right?
We need to go there.
We could do a podcast there.
Yeah, exactly. Just post up. Yeah.
Right? Does he? Is he still living in the Bay Area? Is that where he does his stuff?
Yeah,
Okay,
his
cool.
main residence is in the Bay
Nice.
Area. Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
then he spends a lot of time in Italy too.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Man, so many places to
I
go.
want to go to Italy. When's the
Yeah.
last time you were there?
Too long ago. I mean, pre-pandemic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. The FOMO is real though.
Yeah. You travel a lot, huh?
I do.
So
yeah.
do you travel for fun, or you like shooting stuff, or
A little bit of work and a lot of family, friends, things.
Cool.
Also, yeah, just liking to travel, I guess.
Yeah, we're big on traveling here.
I see that and I love that. Actually, what I really like is you guys also go to small towns and big cities, and I think that's so important.
Yep.
So I love that you guys do that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's all perspective, and
Yeah.
that's why we like to do it, because I really do love the San Franciscos and New Yorks and the Miamis, but I love the Pocahontases and the
Okobojis.
Yeah.
where are we going?
Columbus.
Columbus, Indiana. We've gone there a couple
Ooh.
times, and it's just been life changing every
Yeah.
time.
Oh my gosh.
So-
Yeah, I love that.
So yeah. So we talked about what's next for By Art Not Followers, but what's next for Krista?
I'm not sure, you guys. Stay tuned, I guess.
Yeah. Are you gonna stick in LA for a while?
Oh yeah, I'll be
Okay.
in LA. I guess I have no idea how much longer. Like I said, I like living in different cities, so I'm hoping to be maybe in New York next.
Nice.
But LA is growing on me. Like I told myself I was going to be here for a year and then I was going to move to New York. And then when I hit that year mark, I was like, I can't leave now, you know? So it's growing on me. We'll see. We'll see how long, but yeah, at least a few more years, I think.
Yeah. Have you lived in New York?
No, I mean, I've traveled there like a lot. I think the most I've stayed there at one time was like 2 months. So I felt like I was like earning my stripes, you know?
Yeah.
But I just love the East Coast and it's so close to Europe. So it's like really easy to get flights over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is nice. Have you been to Greece?
I haven't.
Me neither.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
gosh.
we're talking about that this year. Mykonos.
Oh,
It's just
nice.
so hard unless you live in New York. It's like 24 hours. But
Yeah,
from
no way.
JFK, it's like 13. So it's not horrible.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
It's
like
24 hours from
from
LA.
here. Yeah. Because it goes, I think, the
What?
other way.
Yeah.
And I looked
No.
at like all the different routes and like, I'm good for a solid 14, but 24, I don't have that kind of time.
No,
You-
I'm
didn't you
out.
Take 24 hours to go to Iowa last week or 2 weeks ago.
I did.
That's
Yeah.
different though.
Yeah, it was worth it because I got to go to PokeFest and come and go.
You're
Oh
right.
my
But-
God. Yeah.
Yeah, 24 hours. So I got PTSD on that one. So
Right, I
let's
know.
not talk about that.
You just talking about it just like makes me cringe, you know?
Just-
I'm like, absolutely not.
It's funny because, Harper's family, I'll never forget Danielle was like, wow, you like still came. And I was like, I just wasn't going to back out because like I
Aw.
looked forward to this all year because
Yeah.
these small towns, there's something about them.
Mhm.
There's something about them. Do you see yourself like, I guess, ending up in Iowa or?
I don't see myself ending up there, but I would love to like have a house on the lake there,
Yeah.
you know, that
Yeah.
kind of situation.
For
I would
sure.
love. I mean, I love going back often, but yeah, I mean, so also because my parents aren't originally from there, like, I don't know. I feel like we never like really felt like we had like the roots there, like the other Iowans, I guess.
Wait, so where is your family from?
My parents are from the Bay.
Wait, what?
Yes, I know. It's so tricky.
So were you born in the Bay?
No.
So you're born in Iowa.
I was born in Iowa.
So
yeah.
they're from the Bay to Iowa. Wow, that is a big change.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is that story? They just wanted to change their whole lives, or
Not really. I guess so. My parents are high school sweethearts from the
Okay.
Bay Area, and then my dad's residency was at the University of Iowa.
Got
He's
it.
a doctor, and then I joke that they fell in love with the free parking, and they were like, "We're gonna stay here,"
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
But yeah,
And wow, and then you ended up in the Bay.
totally.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have siblings?
Yes, I'm one of 7 kids.
Big fan.
Big fam. Yeah.
Are they everywhere, or are they?
Yeah. Everyone's pretty scattered.
Okay,
And constantly moving. So, yeah, but it's cool.
that's fun.
Do you guys have siblings?
I have one.
Okay,
I have
one.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
one
awesome.
little sister,
Yeah.
4 years apart.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she's up in Sacramento, so not
Okay.
too far.
Nice.
Do you see your siblings a lot?
Yeah, actually, kind of a lot. That's
Yeah.
a lot of the reason why I'm traveling all the time.
Okay, yeah, going
Yeah.
to see them.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's fun. Do you
Yeah.
have a lot of weddings this year?
I did have a few weddings. Yeah, I'm actually going to Okoboji for a wedding in early October.
Nice.
So yeah.
Man, I'm jealous.
I saw
Wanna
you
go.
did too, right?
Yeah, I was at one this weekend, and I think we have like 7 or 8 weddings this year.
Oh
So,
my gosh. Okay, yeah. No,
it's a-
you
it's a
win. You
mission.
take the cake.
Yeah, it's a mission this year. But
Where are they?
one was in Beloit, Wisconsin. One is in Cancun. Well, I guess that one's technically next year. One was in Sacramento. Another one was in Vegas. We had friends elope, so
Oh, nice.
I actually signed the paperwork. That was a cool experience. I've never done that before.
Whoa.
One's in Beverly Hills the day before Christmas Eve.
Oh, wow.
That
okay.
one's going to be different
Yeah.
because it's going to be very nice, but like it's going to be like a Christmas wedding. I've never been to a Christmas wedding. So
Yeah.
we're actually staying there, and then the next morning, LAX straight home. So hopefully it all works out for us to get home for Christmas.
Yeah.
But we're excited for that one. That's
Oh
going to
my
be fun.
gosh,
That's
awesome.
going to be fun. And yeah, there's a few more that they were great, but I forgot about them already. But
Yeah, because you got your own to plan.
I
You
know.
gotta think about your own now.
That's right.
crazy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. So the planning has begun. Well, we have to pick a location because
Okoboji.
that's yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. You might have just hit something.
See?
Yeah.
Pocahontas, here we come.
There
They
you
would
go.
be
There you go.
stoked. They would be
Yeah, they
stoked.
would.
It'd be crazy. I'm
You have the
basically a
whole
local
town.
there now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone would pitch in. I promise that.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
The community is awesome. Like, so I came. It was Daniel's brother is part of Oddfellows. It's like a bar, a restaurant in Pocahontas,
Mhm.
and they were having like a golf tournament that day.
Mhm.
And so then we went over to the saloon where they had like the ceremony for the golf thing. And again, it was like the same people that I met last year.
Yeah.
And everybody's just so close.
Yeah.
They're all there just drinking, hanging out,
Mhm.
having fun.
Mhm.
And I don't know. It's just a really cool feeling. For anybody that hasn't been to a small town, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
It's a game
Agreed.
changer.
Go to Iowa.
Yeah.
Go to Iowa.
You know where to find us.
I know we'll be there every
Yeah.
summer. We'll be there.
I've been wanting to ask you guys all week, how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Never.
Really?
Maybe once when I have a Caesar salad.
Oh my God.
Once a month.
Once a month? Okay. Have you guys seen the thing online?
That's why I said once a month. I've seen it, but I haven't clicked on it.
What is it?
It's a thing like Andrew's girlfriend posted about it. It's just like, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? But I didn't like Google it.
So did I say the wrong thing?
I just
No,
wanted to say
there's no right
I-
answer.
Oh, okay.
Well, I feel like I should think about it sometimes, right? I don't know.
Well-
What is it?
Well, it's just that, like, shockingly, guys are saying that they think about it like weekly, monthly, like a lot.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah, so guys are like going off about like how often they think about the Roman Empire.
Really?
So now I
so
want
there's
to
no
ask every guy.
analogy or anything?
Do you guys think
I
about
thought it was
Yeah.
like yeah.
No?
How often do you?
Not since high school.
Really?
But you did in high school.
Yeah.
Okay, but it stopped there. Yeah, who knows? I don't know if it's like, people are just pulling each other's legs, but apparently a lot of people think about it a lot.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna think about it a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna start one. How often do you think about Iowa? See?
Oh,
See?
okay. Yeah, wait. Well, the tables are turned. Okay. I think about Iowa a lot, actually. Like, probably every day.
Same. So
There we go. All right.
So if you don't think about Iowa every day, I don't know what's going on with you. Yeah. Nick, how often do you think about the Lakers?
That's a good one.
Every day.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, my favorite movie is The Gladiator, so maybe.
Ooh.
See,
I
it's more
think about
often
that.
than you think.
Yeah, maybe I do.
Once a month. You're a once a monther.
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
Now
I have
we
to think
know.
about it
All
once a
right.
month.
Well, now we got to get this hashtag trending.
Yep. There we go.
What's the hashtag?
How often do you think about the Roman
That's a
Empire?
really long hashtag. All right.
Roman
cool.
Empire. I'm actually going to look this up right after we get, because I've seen this. I thought that's it. That's really it.
Yeah.
That's the punchline.
Yes, that's it.
I thought it was going to be some like,
Yeah.
Like
never
crazy
mind.
thing.
Yeah, I really
no,
thought it
it's
was going
not
to be
that
something.
deep. Yeah, it's just
Interesting.
guys think about it a lot.
Well, because I saw Jared like laughing right when you asked. So you've seen this.
Yeah, I have.
So what does it mean to you?
I mean, I guess like people just think it's funny how guys just like think about the Roman Empire like on a more frequent basis than I guess like women. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Is once a month supposed to be like a lot or something?
I mean, yeah, when you think about it, like, why are you thinking about the Roman Empire once a month? Like, unless you're watching Gladiator.
Which is once a month.
Once
so I
a
guess.
month, yeah.
Have a Caesar salad.
Right.
Oh, I guess it's twice a month.
Get a Caesar
Damn, this is
haircut.
often. Yeah, this is often.
They say that the equivalent for women is the JonBenet Ramsey case, which I think is so true, and the Titanic. I think about that literally all the time. Like,
You think
all
about
the
the
time.
JonBenet Ramsey case all the time?
Yes, we still want answers.
Have you watched all the documentaries?
Of course.
Oh my goodness. This is the next Iowa film. Here we go.
Yeah.
Wait,
And then the Titanic.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Is it
yeah.
because of Leo or what?
No, not because of Leo, because of the people's stories. I think girls just go down like different like rabbit holes, you know?
Okay, this is a conversation.
I guess
This is a
it makes sense.
conversation.
I guess it makes sense.
What
No,
is-
it's clicking. It's clicking.
Yeah, what is something random that you think about?
Man, you're gonna have to give me some time.
Yeah. All right, we'll go around the room. No, this is a good subject. This is all right, I know Saul thinks about some crazy stuff.
Do you think about the JonBenet Ramsey case often? No, never. That's crazy. What?
No.
See, that's wild that you actually think about that. Like,
What?
is it weekly, monthly, or daily?
I gotta ask
She's
my
like, I'm
wife.
thinking about it right now. Yeah.
Okay, I would say like bi-monthly, and I'm not kidding. Like it comes up in conversations with like other friends. We're like I don't know what always brings us back to it, but like we want to figure this out, you know?
You know what? I have this theory that women can be like the most amazing detectives because they cannot let shit go.
Yeah.
Like let's just make all women detectives. No, and I thought about that talking about random.
Yes.
Because Marilyn, my wife, there was something. I remember I mentioned something like, "Oh, my friend did this." I don't know why. And then, I just had that thought and just forgot about it. 10 minutes passed, and then she just gave me like this synopsis of like possible reasons, and she was like basically going like through Instagram and stuff. And I'm like, holy shit! Like, women know how to do detective work.
Yes.
It's true.
Guys, we just like, oh, this happened. Like, all right, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, we just think about the Roman Empire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's
Yeah,
what we think about. But women, man, you guys, you mentioned yourself, like, go down this rabbit hole
Yes.
of just answers and solutions. And it's like, oh man, there you go.
All the
That's-
hypotheticals.
that's a good
just
one.
like, yeah.
So
and
do you like all the crime shows?
I don't like all of the crime shows. I get freaked out, but honestly, like I just can't be watching too much of that. But like I think because I remember like being a young girl when that case was going on, maybe that's why it's something that's like stuck in my head. But I don't think it's an age thing because my mom still talks about it too. Like
Yeah.
I think it's just a woman thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually have one. Not like super old movies, but kid movies. Like I think about Stuart Little.
Oh, that's such a
Anybody
good
else?
one.
Thank you. Yeah.
Such a good one.
You know,
oh my gosh.
Man, that's a good film, man.
It is. It's great.
And then
film.
Toy Story. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
You know? And then all right, this might be going left field. I think about those PBS shows. Caillou, anybody? No?
I don't know what that
Getting
is.
awkward? Okay, all right.
Wait,
Sal's got me on Caillou.
I know.
Wait, what's
Growing up is
Caillou?
not so tough, except when I've had enough.
What?
Never mind.
No.
Clifford, the big red dog.
Oh, Clifford.
Okay,
Yeah, of course. Arthur?
Arthur the Aardvark.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. See, I'm not the only one. I was thinking how cool if we would like run a festival back, you know, with all these
Ooh.
shows. Like where's Caillou now? He's probably like
I never
30.
knew where he was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know,
I don't know.
right?
MIA.
Yeah. I don't know. Growing up in the Bay too, I as a kid too, growing up in the Bay Area, I thought these shows were Bay Area shows.
Oh.
So I feel like I had like Clifford lives in SF. Like, you know, in my
Mhm,
head, like Arthur goes to school in Marin. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
yeah,
I kind of have
yeah.
these feelings towards a show that who knows, they're probably produced here in LA. I don't know, you
Right.
know, but yeah. All right, you're up, Nick. What do you randomly think about?
I think about sports. So I just think about Kobe all the time.
Oh,
Fair.
Sports. That's all I think about. Sorry. Not interesting.
no, it's kind of interesting. What about your kids? Do they watch like some like different YouTube channels, right?
Yeah.
Like that we wouldn't watch on our algorithm.
Yeah. They watch a lot of,
Do they watch Ryan's toy reviews?
yeah, Ryan's toy reviews. Hate that kid. They watch a lot of weird stuff. But yeah.
Do they watch the people that like just do weird things like paint on like t-shirts? Like have
Yep.
you seen those?
Yep.
My nieces and
My
nephews
daughter
like watch
watches
that and I'm like, this is what we're doing now?
Yep. They watch a lot of weird things like people with blue hair, blue thing, just eating all blue food
What?
and like
Wait, what?
weird sound effects. I don't know.
Shut
Well,
up.
funny enough, when we were in Iowa, the kids were watching these YouTube videos by I think the guy's name is Mark Romer.
Okay.
Funny enough, he's from Brea. I looked this guy up because I actually liked his videos.
Okay.
And now he lives in the Bay Area. He's like an engineer, and he does engineer videos. So he does things like funny enough, like smash and grabs in San Francisco. So he'll leave like a Beats by Dre box in the, have you seen these videos?
Yeah.
And you smash the window and he takes the box, but the box shoots like fart stuff out at the person and it videotapes it.
Wow.
So it's like he does these like experiments. I don't know. Yeah, shout out to that guy.
Yeah.
But we got to get him
really.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Iowa kids watch that stuff. And it was like video after video after video. We were just sitting there binge watching this Mark
Oh my gosh.
Romper, whatever his name is. Yeah, he's a talented guy.
Yeah, nice.
But and then Mr. Beast is the big deal. Have you seen
Yeah.
any of his videos?
I haven't seen them, but my brother told me about him.
Yeah.
Because his kids watch his videos all the time. He sounds so cool.
Yeah, he does some big his videos are like $1 million budgets. It's nuts.
Nuts.
Yeah. So what are some of the channels you watch on YouTube?
I don't really watch, I guess, a lot on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Or like micro content? Like social media?
No,
Or-
I mean, I'm a big TikTok girlie, you know?
Okay.
Like
So
I'm
who's
just
some of the
swiping on
TikTokers?
TikTok. A lot of it has to do with the Titanic, you guys. I'm not kidding.
And the JonBenet
It's
Ramsey
all
case.
real. It's all real.
They haven't brought me over to JonBenet Ramsey TikTok yet,
Till
but
now.
I'm getting over there, I'm sure.
All right. I know Mythbusters already broke this myth, but I want to ask you: could Rose have saved Jack? What is your personal opinion?
Okay. Wow. Okay, let's get into this scene. Honestly. First of all, could Rose have saved Jack? Absolutely. Like, what? I do not believe any of these like scientific theories, whatever. I have so many trust issues from that scene. I have to ask
Same.
if you guys do too.
No, same.
I'm like, wait.
I'm like,
I just-
homegirl couldn't move over a little bit. Like, yeah, I don't know. I was kind of fucked, honestly. To me, I just felt
For
kind of
real.
selfish. Like, she knew the film was coming. She's like, if I, it was the whole thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. My vote is she could have saved him without a doubt.
Like
Like there had to have been a way. Like
she was just
take
full
turns.
laying. Like, if she would have just sat, well, there's a little extra room. I
True.
don't know. Just a
Yeah,
little
true.
selfish if you ask me. But
Yeah, I don't know.
But,
Like
yeah.
I said, just trust issues from that at an early age.
this is why I love this podcast. I could be honest. Because, yeah. Because that's nobody. You don't think that? You don't think she could have just moved over a little bit?
Honestly, no, never really thought. But though in that scene, I don't know if you guys remember, but when they're at the tip of the Titanic, it's going down. There's one guy kind of with them, and he's like drinking.
Mhm.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's based on a true character.
Yeah, and when I heard that, and I read about that, I loved that guy.
See? Yes, I think he was the baker on the ship.
And here, what about
Okay,
him?
yeah. Like, I didn't know this.
He's my
Here we
boy.
go.
I
I'm a
love that
TikTok
guy.
expert, so let's just get into this.
Mhm.
No, if I remember right, he was the baker on the ship, and he was just like, okay, well, if I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna be wasted. Like, duh. You know, he was like in the kitchen and had access to all the booze. So he survived because he drank all of the booze and was picked up by a lifeboat. But yeah, he was a real character. And then I think another one is where like the guy jumps off and he like hits the propeller.
Oh,
on
that
the way
one was
down.
so
That's
rough.
a real guy. And like his interviews are on TikTok.
Wait, he survived that?
Yes, he survived. I don't know, like,
Wait,
I
so
vividly remember that scene thinking that is just not
the
good.
guy that drank all the booze survived.
No,
Yes,
that guy,
yes, the
but
guy-
another guy,
And the guy that
jumps.
he
so-
jumped. I don't know, like, I don't remember the scene exactly, but I think, I don't know, that might have been like part of the movie or whatever. But like that guy is inspired by a real character who jumped off and survived. Yeah.
My man James Cameron did a lot of research.
Yeah.
Yeah, the musicians also, they didn't
Right.
survive, but that's based, like that actually happened.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. They all played till the end. Wow.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's heavy.
Yeah. It's crazy. You guys have got to get on this, you
So
know?
that's what I think about. Like if the Titanic was going down, that would be me. I'll just get shit faced.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
yeah,
the
of course.
Titanic's not even going down. We still do that.
What's
true.
changing?
Fair.
Man, wow, you got me. My TikTok algorithm's gonna be so messed up now. I'm gonna have Ryan's toys on the Titanic against the Lakers.
Yep.
Yep.
It's gonna be nuts. You guys have seen this girl, right? Abby. Oh my gosh, now I forgot her name. Abby Altoff. Is that her name?
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby Altoff.
Oh my God, she's hilarious.
No,
she's
so-
like my favorite person right now.
The one that does the podcast on her
Yeah, the really good podcast,
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
And
yeah.
she's had like Drake, Tyga,
yeah.
Mark
Mhm.
Cuban. She's blowing up. But they said that she's an industry plant.
blog. She's a plant.
Yeah, like the industry planted her.
Like, how does that work? Is that like some Illuminati type
Yeah, yeah,
shit? Or like,
supposedly.
what is that? Okay.
Yeah. Have you heard of this girl? It's wild. She has millions and millions of followers. She started like last month. Well, maybe like 2 months ago. but she's like the super young blonde chick, and she has like the biggest people on her podcast, but she like treats them, I don't want to say treats them like shit, but like
She doesn't care.
she'll like talk to you like this, and you'll be like, yeah, I'm an actress. Nice.
Yeah. She has like a really, dry sense of humor. And she's just like, I don't know. I love it. I love seeing how like the people that she's interviewing like react to it too, you know? Because like the first one I saw was her in bed with Drake. Like that was the interview.
I never even got to see that. It's deleted now.
What?
You didn't hear about that whole
Why?
scandal?
No.
Supposedly they like cooked up or something. It's a rumor, but they both unfollowed each other on Instagram, and every single thing about their interview is deleted.
What?
Yeah, that's again a whole
dang it.
thing. So I never even got to see that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
I know. I feel like I missed out. FOMO. Talk about FOMO.
Yeah. Oh my
So you actually got to see it in real time.
I did.
Wow.
I was there. I lived it.
How
Yeah,
long was
no.
it? Was it like an hour?
Yeah, it was like 40 minutes and it was hilarious.
And what did they talk about?
To be honest, I don't even remember. She's just exactly like what you're saying. Like, she's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I've never heard any of your songs. And he was like asking her about Tyga. And he was like, you've never heard Rack City. And he like plays Rack City for her. And she's like, you know, just keeps saying like she doesn't know who he is, like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. No, you never. Okay. I think we should role play Bobby Altoff right now. So you're just Nick. So I'll be like,
Okay.
So what are the names of your kids?
Chanel, Eve.
Cool. So, like, what is your idea of a podcast?
Talking shit.
Oh, now you're gonna give me Bobby back, huh? Okay, Bobby energy back. I don't know. It's really
Versus
good
Bobby.
the way she does it,
It is
because
good.
the people that come on are excited to be on her podcast. So they're like, "Oh, my life, this and this and this." She's like, "All right, so like it's actually like kind of." I actually told Katie this because I was like indulging all of her content. I was just scrolling. So I was like, it's like so annoying that it's so good.
Yeah.
Because she ends up pissing somebody off, right? Rick Glassman.
Who's
He's like
that?
an actor, podcaster.
Okay.
He's like he just gets fed up with the whole act, you know? He's like, I thought I was really gonna get to know you, like I knew you off camera. She's like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, okay, I know what you're doing. I'm just really trying to be a real person with you and like get somewhere. And she's like, yeah, don't you like call? And she was like just talking shit on him, and he actually walks off the set.
Oh.
And ends up, but then again, that could be a plant too.
Yeah.
That could be like a whole thing. So I don't know. It's very,
Fake news.
yeah. Fake news. Yeah. So
I think it's scripted.
you think it's scripted?
Now that you talk about it, because I saw that whole Drake thing.
Oh, you saw it too?
I saw small parts of it.
But like, how does she get Mark Cuban? Like,
Exactly.
how do you get these big artists? But I did
Yeah.
hear that what she did is when she first started, she would tweet like, I want to interview Drake. And if you think about it, what's it called? Like the six touches, like how you're actually connected to people. Like we probably know Justin Bieber through 5 or 6 connections. So she was posting on her Twitter like, hey, I want to interview Drake. Whoever can get me Drake, I'll give you $300 cash. So you got to think about like, there are people that really are Drake's nephews, best friends. Like it's not that far fetched.
Yeah.
You know? And so people, she got Tyga for 300, she got Mark Cuban for 300. So if you think about it, all of us could pay 300 to get that type of person.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a very good, you don't, Sal doesn't believe it.
Fake. And it's nothing new. I mean, what was that Zach Galifianakis show, Between Two Ferns? I mean, it's nothing new. Where like people interview people and they treat them like shit, and the people that are being interviewed get offended, but it's all, you know, scripted.
Okay, so last one, and I don't know if you'll know these ones. Have you heard of the Nelk Boys?
No, what's
Okay,
that?
it's all good.
The Nuck Boys?
Nelk Boy. Well, no, the reason I
sorry,
bring it up is
no.
because they're getting sued for one of their pranks.
Oh, really?
So
Oh.
yeah, so basically
Is
what
it
they
a
did.
real lawsuit?
So, again, this is the
Okay.
conversation because I saw the headlines yesterday and people are saying like, where is the actual stated testimonies, you know, on like, where's the court papers? Because if you could just say they got a lawsuit and it made me go watch the video because I was like, oh, I want to see what they did.
Yeah.
But basically what they did is they had a warehouse like this and they made a fake meth lab. So they're all like doing drugs and making coke and meth. And then it's actually pretty funny. They DoorDash pizza, you know? So the
Okay.
DoorDash guy comes and it's like a meth lab. And then when the DoorDash is like, oh, he's just like dropping out the pizza, they go, oh, is that the goods? And the guy's like, oh, no, this is pizza. He's like, pizza, right? Like, here, give him the 50K. And he like brings 50K cash. And the DoorDash like, no, I'm the pizza guy. And then they have the cops show up. So then like SWAT teams, everybody down. And then everybody gets down. And so this DoorDash guy is like freaking out. And they're like screaming to the police, it's a DoorDash guy. He runs this whole operation.
Oh, no.
So the DoorDash guy's like losing his shit. And then they, it goes on for 5 minutes. And then they tell him, hey guys, it's a prank. Here's some money. And it was showing like it was going well. And then like the third guy the guy kind of had like a panic attack because you really think that you're getting arrested and stuff. And so when they told him, hey dude, it's a prank, the guy started swinging and like they ended up having to get him a chokehold. They like fought him. It was all on camera. They're like, and so I guess this guy is like, I'm going to sue you. And he pressed charges. It's a prank from 2 years ago, but the lawsuit is just getting placed now. Anyways, I'm just trying to talk about a headline, but it's kind of crazy. Yeah. But then again, the critics are saying like, is the whole lawsuit fake? Is it even real? Did the guy really fight back, or is that an actor fighting an actor? Was he really a DoorDash driver?
Probably not. What do you guys think?
All actors.
Yeah, I think it's actors.
Yeah, because you got to think. I think about it, if we were doing pranks that heavy, just think if the guy had a heart attack or something. You know what I mean? Because that's like a real traumatic situation. Walking into a meth lab and then the SWAT team shows up, dude. I mean, kind of funny, but kind of like really messed up. Like
it's really messed up.
Yeah, that's like an aggressive prank. Like I feel like you could just take it down like a notch at least,
Or
like
7.
why a meth lab? Like I don't know.
Yeah, it was. So we'll see if that's real.
Yeah.
But are you into charity boxing at all?
No,
Or,
but
Jake
should
Paul?
I be?
Do you know Jake Paul? Jake Paul?
Is that the YouTuber?
Yeah. He's fighting a lot of people right now.
For charity?
No.
For money.
Yeah. Actually, I think he is talking about charity stuff. Not with us, but
for charity. Okay, cool. But
we're trying to have a charity boxing match.
Wait, I think I saw that.
Yeah.
So wait, give me the tea there.
Well, so Jake Paul has been doing this thing not for charity, but like making a lot of money doing this thing. We're like, how cool would it be if we like fought somebody for $100,000 and the money went to like an organization? So we've been calling out a few other like spread good type influencers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we've gotten 2 written no thank yous.
Oh my gosh.
But we're still waiting on one guy. Yeah, it might happen.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Everybody wants to see you fight.
I'll fight you. I mean, why haven't you asked me?
There you go.
100K, let's go. That's what I thought. I thought literally if it's for 100K, people will fight.
Yeah.
But we have these fake spread good people like, oh, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I was like, looks like you aren't about these hands. Like,
seriously.
That's really where it's at. But glad to know you're down. You'll be on the undercard.
Totally. I'm there. Cool. Just let me know when.
All right, Nick, you're in, right?
Yeah. Who am I fighting?
You could wrestle Jared.
All right. Mud wrestle.
Whoa, okay.
Oh.
Okay, we weren't ready for that.
Yeah. Wow.
Thinking about the Roman Empire, that's why.
Naturally.
Wow. After dark.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. With all that being said,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on this pod. This is
course.
one of the most fun pods we've had. This is great. This is great. So excited to keep spreading good with you.
Same.
Spread good. Buy Art Not Followers. Where can people learn more about Buy Art Not Followers and also Krista?
The website is buyartnotfollowers.com. And the Instagram handle is also just buyartnotfollowers. And I guess you can just find me there.
Okay. Yeah.
Slide into the DMs. Let's chat.
Slide in the DMs. Use social media for good. Buy Art Not Followers. Spread good. Thank you all for tuning in. If you like this episode, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and
smash the bell.
And until next time, cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Spread good.
Thank you, Krista.
Cheers. Thank you.